Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to play a game called the Innsmouth Case, and this is just a continuation of Cthulhu Week, as we're calling it. So we're gonna hop right in there and have some scary fun, or some maddening fun. Forward. So we are fans of the strange world of Innsmouth, but we recognize the problematic beliefs of H.P. Lovecraft. This game has been produced by a group of people who live in inclusion and equality. That's good. I'm glad they put that stuff in there. Okay. Boston, 21st of September. The last rays of sunshine filter through the blinds of your empty office. The pathetic stench of whiskey and cold cigarette smoke, canned raviolis fill the air. The screeching tires and constant beeping of car horns out there on the street tell you it's gone 8 p.m. People are on their way home, finishing their day. You should join them. Decide. Stay at your desk or go home. Ooh, I like these decisions. Do I want to keep working? Should I go home? Nah, I'm going to keep working. Your day was long and frustrating. You are running out of ideas on how to handle the calls of people who want money from you. Cold shiver runs down your spine as you flick through a pile of unpaid bills. On the top of the pile is a reminder from your landlady. You're 2 months behind the rent. The next one is a 3-figure invoice from a games company for in-app purchases. You tried to claim them as a business expense on your last investigation, but somehow your client refused to pay. Then there's a second reminder from your internet provider threatening to cut off your connection. You might take legal action because without the internet, you can't work or live. You really need a little fresh air, more in-app purchases. No, your lawyer, a cigarette, a little fresh air. A little fresh air would do you good. You jerk, open the blinds! Amongst the dust, the last rays of light shine into your eyes like a laser sight in a spy flick. It takes a few seconds for your eyes to adjust. Your gaze settles on the Horns and Hooves pub across the street. How many simple jobs this dive has given you. Jealous wives whose husbands you had to spy on. All you had to do was lie in wait at the window and take pictures of them coming out in the dirtiest hole in town. You close the window before you see anyone you know. You breathe a deep sigh. May not have been a successful day, but at least it's over. You're looking forward to a classic Friday night watching an old mystery series at home in your sweatpants and getting drunk on cheap booze. Since the early afternoon, you've been staring at a foreboding bottle of liquor at the other end of the room. Up until now, a vague sense of professionalism has kept you from drinking yourself into oblivion. Now, nothing stands in the way. Suddenly, you hear someone at the door. Who is it? The door slowly cracks open with a timid creak. An unknown guest pauses. In a breathy, melodic tone, you hear a woman utter, "Hello?" Your insides cramp. You suddenly realize that you haven't cleaned your office at all this year. Quickly try to clean up, invite her in. Quickly try to clean up. Wait a minute! You shout in a pitch that was at least 2 octaves higher than intended. There's no time to pick up all the crumpled pieces of paper on the floor. You gaze across the total mess on your desk. A weird, undefinable crust has formed on the wood. You've never noticed that before. You try to hide it by putting some unpaid bills over them. They get stuck immediately. Nice. By the light of the desk lamp, you now see more than a silhouette. A breathtaking woman lights up your office. A smoky eyeshadow as dark as algae washed ashore, blonde, coiffured, waved hair under a dark beret. A faint light of settling sun catches in the strands of her hair, and you wonder how many heads this woman has turned during her prime. She's completely different from your usual customer. Nervous bankers and sweaty stains under their armpits, convinced their wives had something going on with the mailman. Every move she makes is calculated grace. Smooth as an eel. That's kind of gross. But she walks up towards you and sits down in the corner of your desk. Yeah, it's a little bold there. That's my desk. Get off my desk. It's dirty anyway. Which is a little bold without asking you first. But as a professional, you're not going to give anything away. She seems to want to play a seductive damsel in distress. The quiet and amused voice of your subconscious is pleased that this stranger may be sharing enthusiasm for film noir cliches. A far louder voice is surprised that this woman seems to think that the sexy pose and revealing clothes could win you over, and both voices agree they don't like being manipulated. You don't think the stranger perched on the table trying to recover from a hard-working day as a lingerie model, and therefore you see no logical reason for her behavior. When she begins to speak, her voice is smoky and full of promise. Okay. My name is Delilah Marsh. I'm looking for a private investigator. I was told you are one of the best. She extends her hands. Kiss her hand. You're welcome. You've come to the right place. Decline. Of course. How do we even know it? Alright, yeah, of course I'll find your missing daughter. How would I even know? The woman is startled. What did you just say? You can't quite remember either. I'm not sure. Do we know each other from somewhere? It's incredibly quiet in the office. Not even the rain can be heard through the window. Slowly, very slowly, the stranger begins to smile as if she just figured out a complicated problem. She collects herself quickly. I see. See you in Innsmouth. Until then. What the heck just happened? She hands you a photo of her missing daughter. Then she turns away without a word and disappears from your life. You sit in the office long after the mysterious stranger has left. How do you know her name is Delilah? Why did you say that? Why did you say what you said? I don't know, I just saw it. Why did I say anything? I just made it up. Why can't you shake the feeling of deja vu? A metallic taste spreads across your mouth. Why do you keep thinking that this will all be your last case? Lots of questions, my friend. You don't have much time to prepare. A quick search reveals that only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and only once a day. A pattern emergent in your research. A few news items related to the little coastal town are all about missing persons. That's what the other game was. The what was it? I just played it. The Chronicle of Innsmouth. It's the same thing. They were trying to get on a bus to go to Innsmouth. In addition, you find some rather old-fashioned articles that praise the coastal town as a secret holiday destination. The best fish, untouched beach promenade, authentic fishing people are the recurring buzzword. Delilah has given you an address at which you are supposed to drop off. You're supposed to drop off her daughter as soon as you find her. She also wrote down her phone number and the child's photo. You take a look at the pictures before you pack your things. The next morning, travel by bus. Boston, 22nd September. Your journey begins at a busy bus station. There is supposed to be a bus line that departs from here to Innsmouth. Buses, you think to yourself, are not only an environmentally friendly means of transportation, but also easy on your wallet. Sadly, the departure boards aren't much help. In New York, Maine, Rhode Island, no trace of Innsmouth on the destination. You wander around for a while until you notice a cleaner eating a sandwich on the side of one of the vending machines. Continue searching on my own. I don't want to take him, okay? I get it. It's trying to get you to take it. I don't want to, so blah. You let the man eat his greasy food. Can't be that hard to find the way anyway. After several minutes, you finally find an overview map. The bus line to Innsmouth seems to be a bit out of the way near the very last stop. To you, it looks like it's been improvised just in between a few trash cans. Sure, where else? Where is this bus hiding? In between a polished greyhounds and travelers stowing their luggage, saying goodbye and dropping tiredly into their seats, there's a kind of dumpster. Dumpster with windows and wheels. No! It's actually a bus! Uh-oh. It's a bit on the rusty side. Even from a distance, you sense the strange smell it emits. Is that sulfur? You're not convinced how this thing is supposed to drive. In its vicinity, everything is noticeably quieter than the other bus stops. The people getting on show no sign of emotion. Nobody is trying to jump in the queue here. Instead, the passengers move past the bus driver at a uniform speed, one after the other, shuffling up to the creaking steps. Each two-seater bench is occupied by individuals, as if they want to make sure not to come into contact with their fellow passengers. A sign clearly says Innsmouth. No departure time, no stopovers, just Innsmouth. Nice. On the bus. Undecided, you're standing on the bus. It's on the stairs of the bus. Talk to the driver, show your ticket, sneak past in silence. Show your ticket. You hand the driver your ticket. No reaction. At least you can't make out a reaction. The lighting is poor, and the shadow of his dusty driver coat covers almost his entire face. You notice something strange on his neck, but you can't quite make out what it might be. You're standing at the door waiting for an okay, a nod, anything. The sulfur odor has increased. A queue has formed behind you, but no one is pushing or complaining. Just keep walking, buddy. You shuffle sideways through the center aisle. You don't remember the bus looking this long from the outside. You are surrounded by shabby two-seater benches, and some are already occupied. One traveler per row. The last bench is free. Looks like the upholstery is torn in some places, though, or has it been split open? You see springs with sharp wire edges, and some sticky liquid seems to be leaking onto the floor. Why didn't you just sit in one of the free rows? Here in the back, almost everything is occupied. Most passengers seem to have purposely sat on the aisle seats, blocking off the window seat. Maybe this is an opportunity to get a little closer to the common Innsmouth visitor. I think it's a terrible idea. Sit down with someone or to the rear bench. Yeah, sit in the rear bench. You've always been the cool outsider. At least that's what you like to tell yourself. So you take the back row, which you have all to yourself. The ride won't take that long, will it? You wish you had paid a little more attention to the map. The smell of sulfur rises in your nose again. You sit down carefully without tearing your clothes and the wire springs on the seat cushion. Suddenly a jolt. You can't balance, and you are pressed into your seat by the most mysterious and invisible forces. Gravity. The bus starts without any warning. Because of the abrupt start, a bunch of yellowed paper has rolled across the dirty floor right in front of your feet. You pick it up, look at it in the newspaper, Innsmouth Illustrated, from April last year. Read the newspaper, of course. According to the faded sticker, the subscriber of the newspaper was a certain C.G. Jung. The Innsmouth Illustrated actually offers a lot of entertaining articles. All those features and listicles give the impression that at the end of this trip you'll find yourself an adorable up-and-coming tourist metropolis. A real insider tip. Read some more. You decide to read every damn article in this paper. Preparation is everything, as you know. And apart from that, you're bored to death. You find out that Innsmouth has a boardwalk and that even a beach bar was open. Finally, you discover the crossword puzzle, which turns out to be quite difficult. That's difficult for you at the moment, and you throw the newspaper in the corner. Finally, your eyes close, and the rest of the ride, you sleep peacefully. The bus leaves the country road and turns off at a wooden sign that says Innsmouth in red, flaky letters. The journey continues rather bumpily along a narrow dirt road littered with numerous potholes. In the distance, some houses are already visible, seagulls circling the roof of the outermost edges of the city. Slowly, all passengers take their bags out from underneath their seats and get ready. Look through the side window. That's odd. The bus passes by a huge... What is this place? A scrapyard? A parking lot? Why would something like this be right here outside the city? You pass another wooden sign whose half-peeled writing advertises the Innsmouth Park and Ride area. A lot of cars look like they've been sitting here for years. Sand covers some of the bonnets and wind screens. The front door of the bus opens with a squeak and you join the momentous line of locals stepping out of the bus as if in a daze. Almost walking in step, you all get closer to the exit. As you walk down the steps, you have to protect your eyes from the sunlight. Turns out the windows of the bus were tinted. The other passengers shuffle off. Okay, so before I actually get all of this is really interesting. It is not in any way what I expected. Not that's a bad thing, but it's definitely cool. It's got a story to it. It's kind of interesting. I'm intrigued. We're going there to find somebody's daughter. It's cool. So I would say I am going to stop here, but I would say in the future, maybe keep an eye out for this. There will probably be the next part of this. There's 35 chapters. That was like probably 2, I think. That's my guess. It was probably 2. So there's definitely a lot here. But like I said, I'm going to leave this one here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed everything, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!